All right, it is time for another Saturday partner workout, okay? If you've got somebody in the house with you, go ahead and grab them as a partner. If you don't, take somebody online and maybe FaceTime, whatever you need to do the workout together, okay? So you're gonna complete all the reps. Each person is gonna complete all the reps. We've got 2 rounds. Yep, 2 rounds, 22 reps each of each movement, okay? The goal is that you don't leave your partner behind or they don't leave you behind. You complete them all at the same time. It doesn't have to be synchronized. If it is synchronized, you get extra points, so that's always cool. But otherwise, just do the work together. Make sure you finish at the same time, then move on to the next movement. I'm gonna go through all the movements with you. The first thing that we've got is jump ropes or jumping jacks. If you've got a jump rope, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, jumping jacks. Moving those feet out, try to touch those hands together above your head, okay? So we've got 22 of those. Then you've got 22 thrusters. I'm gonna show you a couple of different options here. I have my bag of books that I've been using for a lot of different stuff lately. So I can do my thrusters with that. I'm gonna hold on to each side. I'm gonna start in the front rack position, so my elbows are a little bit in front. Whatever I'm holding is gonna be underneath the chin. I'm gonna squat all the way down, hips are gonna go below parallel. I'm gonna come up to the top, press up overhead. We want the weight to be right over the top of us. Again, it's a squat and press. One fluid movement. We're using that hip extension to drive the weight straight up overhead, okay? I also have a kettlebell. I could do the same thing with a kettlebell. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold it upside down just so it gives me a little bit more leeway. I've got one hand underneath it and the other hand I'm gonna hold here. I can do the exact same thing. I'm gonna do a front squat, press at the top. Front squat, press, okay? So that is equally acceptable. Next thing on the list, we've got power snatches, okay? So again, 2 different ways. The goal of the snatch is we're going from the ground to an overhead position in one fluid movement. We use that hip extension, we keep everything close, we pull the elbows up out of the way, and we go up overhead. I'm gonna show you what it looks like with my bag of books first. Okay, so even though this isn't like a super wide grip, it's okay. I'm still gonna be able to do the movement and get the stimulus of it going straight up overhead, even without that snatch or that wide grip on a barbell, okay? So I'm gonna grab each end of the object. I'm gonna shrug as I stand, pull the elbows up, and then flip it up overhead. So I'm here, shrug, elbows go up, up overhead. Okay, so makes it fun because it's got a little bit of wiggle to it, so I have to find some balance up overhead. I can use my kettlebell. If I do the kettlebell, I'm just gonna do a single arm snatch. So every time I do one snatch, it's gonna count as 1 rep. Then I'm gonna alternate arms, okay? So with this, I'm gonna start with the weight in between my feet. Same concept, I'm gonna drive up with hip extension, elbow up over the top, okay? So I'm here, leading with the elbow, okay? From the side. The biggest thing with these is to think about using the hips, shrugging, and then getting the elbow up over the top. All right, so you got 22 of those, and then dips. All right, so for these, I'm gonna use my chair again. I've got this ready for sit-ups. I'm just gonna put my hands on the edge of the chair. I can either go all the way on the outside of the chair, or I can go on the front end of the chair, whichever is most comfortable. If I have my feet out further in front of me, it's gonna make it harder. If I have my feet in, they're gonna help me a little bit more, makes it easier, okay? I wanna drop the hips as far down to the ground as I possibly can, okay? I've got the shoulder range for it, so I'm gonna go all the way, touch my butt to the ground, push myself back up using the triceps, okay? All right, and then the very last movement we've got is sit-ups. So I've got a blanket here that I rolled up a little bit, and I'm gonna put that right underneath the low back right at the edge of the hips. So from here, move down a little bit. I'm gonna keep my feet where I want to. I'm just gonna touch my shoulders to the ground behind me, and I'm gonna reach that shoulder past the hip crease at the top. So touching down, reaching forward, I'm gonna reach for my toes so I know my shoulders get past the hip crease, okay? So 2 rounds of that. Do it with a buddy. Have some fun for the warm-up, just get outside. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, walk, jog, move, dance party, whatever you wanna do. Just get your body flowing a little bit. Get outside, get some fresh air, okay? All right, have fun.